something like Boyaya. So Boyaya means we are going. Heaven knows where we are going.
Kindly share if you are on. Okay, so that was the legendary Osibisa band, one of Ghana's band that could have won us Grammys. But even though they didn't win the Grammys, they are still one of the best Ghana could sell to the world and still selling to the world. So let's give them the respect they are due. So tonight we are here, first time streaming live on the Global African Conversation platform here on Facebook. And if you are on, do share for me. Do share and let others get to know, because this is new. This is a new platform and many people don't know. Yeah, so kindly share and let's yes, do share and let others get to know. So we are going to talk about the brouhaha going on with Ghana Education Service and what do you call them? Achimota School. Yes, the Achimota School and Ghana Education Service. We need to call a spade, and a spade. We don't have anything like small ladder or small. Yes, we don't have anything like that. A spade is a spade. GES have always a long time been an agent, an institution that promotes slavery in Ghana, and that try to promote slavery consciousness into the minds of many Ghanaians through the educational system. In the name of educating the Ghanaian citizens, Ghana Education Service is rather perpetrating slavery. One will say, why am I saying this? Anyway, my name is Kwabena Bibinitewia, aka DJ Fuad. I'm the convener for the Coalition for Ghana's Independence Now, and this afternoon we issued a press statement condemning the injustice going on with the Achimota School and also the Negropean racist behavior of Achimota School and lackadaisical attitude of the Ghana Education Service, and the silence of our President, His Excellency Nana Adankwa Akufo-Addo. One will say, why am I calling the GES and Achimota School agent of slavery? And for that matter, neocolonialism, modern day slavery, mental slavery. One will be surprised to hear this from, because already the Ghana Education Service came out to say that the Achimota School has no right to deny the student the right to have the education in the school. But the next day, the Achimota School says that they can't until the children cut off their hair, sorry, not their head. Yes. Please, if you are on, do share, tag friends, and let's have conversation. This is global African conversation. That's why I can't do it in Twi. Yes. So the GES acted as if the Achimota School, in the eyes of the GES, it looks like the Achimota School is violating a fundamental rule in Ghana or in the educational sector. But the GES is aware of this useless, archaic, backward, Negropean bylaw or regulation, which is being perpetrated by many senior high schools across the country. The GES are aware of it. The GES knows this. But in their attempt to lie to the parents and the good people of Ghana, they came out quickly with that fictitious press statement saying that the Achimota School should admit their children. Meanwhile, the GS knows that the Achimota School does this with their consent. Yes, I say this because the Achimota School does not have rules and regulations that are bigger than the GS. Just like the GS and the school don't have rules and regulations that can supersede the 1992 Constitution. But we live in a continent, in a country where we were colonized by Europeans, for that matter, white people or Caucasians, and some of our forefathers, great men like Kwame Nkrumah, Patrick Lumumba, Thomas Sankara, and the rest, Nyerere, started fighting for our independence. So the white man knew that the way the black man was fighting for they are independent, it wouldn't be too long that they have to go. So please take what I'm about to say serious. How we got where we are, how we got to where we are, how we now have neo-colonial institutions in Ghana, how we now have institutions that train people to embrace mental slavery. We have institutions in Ghana that train the mind to see nothing wrong with slavery and also make the mind weak. We have institutions that help our people, our citizens, to develop low self-esteem, to develop inferiority complex. And one of them is the Ghana education system, which has its branches as the various schools, especially various senior high schools. So back to how Kwame Nkrumah and the other African freedom fighters were fighting the British rule in Africa. When they realized that they need to go, they then told themselves that they can't go without having a replica of themselves. What I mean is that the slave master decided that they will not leave the shores of Africa, they will not leave Ghana until they have institutions that is going to continue the same barbaric, inhumane treatment that they were giving to the African people and Ghanaians. So they quickly looked around and said, which institutions can we use to represent us whilst we are going back to England? And they found one, the church. They found the educational system. And to a large extent, they find the court system, the judicial system. Because why should our judges, honorable judges, wear wig in a courtroom in 21st century? That would be a topic for another day's discussion. So the colonial master made sure they had a record of themselves. They had something on the continent in Ghana that would do the work even better than they did. Because right now, if you are in Ghana, you are in Nigeria, wherever, and you are going into an institution, you may think you are going to meet a fellow Ghanaian, as Nana Akufo-Addo would put it. But the reality is that most of the times, you don't meet Ghanaians, you meet Negropeans. A Negro who sees his or herself as an European. That's what we call a Negropean. And a typical example is the headmaster of Achimota School. She's a typical example of Negropean. So these Negropean institutions, the education system and the church, are the institutions that the white man, the slave master, the colonizer, left behind to continue to supervise slavery whilst they are gone. And the kind of slavery this institution is perpetrating is worse, is harsher, and is dangerous than what the white man did himself. At least, at that time, our forefathers who lived with them knew they are not one of them. So at least sometimes when they are doing something, they know what to do. But today, we have black people, Ghanaians, born and bred on the continent, in Ghana, might not even have traveled before, but sees him or herself as European. And they glorify themselves. They are happy when they make a Ghanaian feel inferior in themselves in comparison to the white man. So what the Achimota School is doing is nothing but they fulfilling their duty as agent of slavery. Simple and short. The Achimota School is doing nothing special or new, it is their job. Their job is to make sure a Ghanaian is always looked inferior in front of a white person or a foreigner, mostly a lighter skinned person. Let me tell you, if these children who are being turned out go and buy chemicals and bleach themselves, they will be accepted at Achimota School with their dreadlocks. I'm telling you. Mark it anywhere. Let these children, let any one of them go buy harsh chemicals and bleach from their head to toe and go to the school. They will be accepted. Yes. If any one of these children, or even all of them, spend 2 weeks to bleach their body and turn white, so-called white, because that's not a white, that's a pale color, and turn pale, Achimota School will welcome them with open arms. But because their skin look like you and I, that's why they are being rejected. Okay? GS, Ghana Education Service, will have no problem if these children bleach their skins, because the Achimota headmistress is wearing a wig. You are telling students to have their hair natural. You don't have a natural hair. You're not ashamed. And we have judges sit on such cases and make the school win. Of course, the judge is putting on his colonial white wig in court. So any case that is between the black man and an institution that protects slavery, the black man will lose in Ghana. Okay, that's the star story going on here in Ghana. But that's why I played the song "We Are Going." Heaven knows where we are going. Though the road will be rough, tough, and muddy, we'll get there. Somewhere in Africa here, Malawi, a court has ruled that the school has no right to reject a child because her hair is kinky or dreadlocks, or what we call in Ghana as Rasta. The school has also asked, a court has also asked the school to compensate the children for time wasted. And as I'm going to keep this video short, what I'm saying is that, look, the parent of this student or these children shouldn't back down. They should fight and seek for compensation for trauma to the children and to their parent. And finally, I'm making a plea on behalf of the Coalition for Ghana's Independence Now. I'm making a plea to our President, His Excellency, Nana Akufo-Addo, that he and the country Ghana stand to be disgraced if Achimota School wins this case. Because Nana Akufo-Addo initiated the year of return in 2019, which was so successful. And it was people like the people they are rejecting who made the year of return successful. I have to become an arbitrator on the law to make sure there wasn't a fight between the diaspora community and the government of Ghana. You know, some of us, we do a lot, but we keep it to ourselves. Without the people Achimota School is rejecting, the year of return wouldn't have been possible. You can go to the CNN and everything, but it is the diasporans who live in Ghana who will paint a good picture about Ghana to the rest of the world. So, President Akufo-Addo, please, you saw the need to sell Ghana through tourism. And we have institutions like the Achimota School and the Ghana education system who stands to make everything you've achieved in terms of building a good relationship between the diaspora and Ghana go into the drain. And today with the internet, if things are not managed faster, your reputation as the president of Ghana will go down in the drain. And the reputation of the country will go down the drain. So please, President Akufo-Addo, this is something that you need to act fast and swift. Because the headmaster at Achimota is an European living in a black-skinned body. So she stands to lose nothing. GS is an European institution managed by Ghanaians who also have European mentality. And European mentality in Europe is the best. But some European mentality in Africa, in Ghana, is the worst. And one of them is what the Achimota School is doing. Playing the role of agent of slavery. For that matter, modern day slavery. So please, President Nana Akufo-Addo, kindly put your feet down, as we say in Ghana, and let this thing end as soon as possible. Because these institutions are going to destroy your reputation. That beautiful reputation that you've achieved for Ghana and yourself in the year 2019 with the Year of Return initiative. They say a word to a wise is in the northern region. Now, back to the rest of Ghanaians. The rest of Ghanaians, you and I, the one watching me and the one going to watch later on YouTube. Look, we shouldn't sit down and look at what is happening as GS, Achimota School versus Rastafarian in Ghana or Rastafarians in Ghana. No, we should see this as a human rights violation, perpetrating of archaic colonial and neocolonial mentality or mindset. So we should all stand and face this and condemn it with all our strength and with all our might. Let's resist oppressors' rule, and this is one of them. This is one of them. And I'll urge every Ghanaian to use all means, our social media platforms, wherever we find ourselves, to drum home this thing. And for me, what is happening, whether these children win or not, is a win for Ghana and Africa. Because sometimes I don't see the need for us to be in uniforms in our schools in this day and age. Okay? The places where students don't wear uniforms, they perform better and they teach them better things than here. And this thing is also going to let Africans fight and remove religion from our schools. Yes, that will be the next fight. I'm prophesying here. The next fight that is going to come is going to be removing religion from our schools. I know it's going to be tough because the average Ghanaian is more Christian than Christ himself. The average Nigerian, the average African is more religious and Christian than Christ himself. It's more Muslim than Prophet Muhammad himself. But we will get there. The secular world has never copied the religious world. Let me put it again. The secular world has never copied the religious world or religion. Rather, it is religion that always copy the secular world. Do your research and you'll find out. So, for some of us, it is bad that these little children are going through mental trauma and all of that. But every freedom comes at a price. And I know these are some of the price we are paying to root out slavery in our country. You get it? The light goes off. Anyway, so because the light has gone off, I'll have to end the video here. But if we are living in a country where a light can go off just because the wind is blowing from the sea, I live closer to the sea, and instead of finding a solution to this, the best we can do is to reject students from having access to education. Then we have a long way to go. Thank you very much, and don't forget to share this page, the Global African Conversation. This is where we'll be having all the African-centered, all the African interest conversations from the continent and all the Africans around the world. My name is Kwabena Bibini. You can call me DJ Fuad, and very soon this show is going to be live on Amin TV. Yes, it's going to be live on Amin TV, and in about a week's time, I'm starting my new show called Trends in the Morning. Trends in the Morning, and some of these issues will be discussed there on Amin TV as well. So kindly like these two pages, the Global African Conversation and the Trends in the Morning with DJ Fuad on Facebook and on YouTube. Our YouTube channel for this page is the same name, the Global African Conversation. Thank you very much for watching.